Alright, let's get down to it. This is my Big Hero 6 review. We will be going over 3 sections. Okay, plot, characters, plot, which will include the characters, music, all that type of stuff. Then that's going to be first section. Second section is going to be significance, what's significant about this film. The last section will just be my thoughts, just on a pure emotional level, not as someone critiquing something. And there won't be a spoiler section because this film is too new for me to be going into, the little secrets and everything like that. So let's get down to it. Let's get down to it. General plot, characters, all that stuff. Big Hero 6 is based upon a Marvel property. The movie is vastly different from the comic book. I won't talk about the comic. You're gonna be on your own to edify yourself about that, because while I have the Big Hero 6 comics collected into an omnibus, I have never even opened it. I bought it to support manga style Marvel comics, because there's not that many. So don't get mad at me. So let's get started with the plot. The general plot is that there's this kid who's a super genius, and his brother, who is, while being a genius himself, is not nearly as brilliant as his brother. The kid's name is Hiro Hamada. His brother's name is Tadashi Hamada. Their parents died or something like that, and they're raised by their aunt. Some stuff happens. The brother is killed, and Hiro goes on a quest to get revenge on whoever killed his brother. Or should I say, caused the accident that caused his brother to die. Ultimately, this leads up to a lot of shenanigans, fighting, battles, him using his brother's awesomely useful personal healthcare android, Baymax, with some extra programming to turn him into a fighting robot for, Mega Man style. He's a fighting robot. Eventually he teams up with some of his older brother's friends. They form a fighting team and defeat the bad guy. Standard superhero story. That's as much as I can give you without giving you spoilers, which I'm not getting into spoilers, so that's just a general idea of what the story is about. After this, we'll talk about the significance of this film. So, let's talk about why this movie is important. I'm going to go with 3 reasons. First, commercially, then I'll go into the messages that it sends forth. Commercially, this film is important because it proves that Marvel's IPs aren't just great under Marvel's auspices. Up to this point, Marvel's IPs have been, except for the ones that they sold off, licensed out to Fox and Sony. Their in-house movies have been doing pretty well. This is one that Disney itself has taken a hand in basically making into a film. And it's pretty damn awesome. Like I said, I have the comic, the Big Hero 6 comics. I've never actually, cracked it open. I haven't cracked it open. I'm going to do that sometime in the future when I get some spare time to just read the omnibus. But it proves that commercially their IPs are viable if handled correctly. Keyword, if handled correctly. Because, I'll have an upcoming podcast in the future talking about some shit that Fox and Sony have been doing, or it's been leaked that they plan on doing with their Marvel franchises. Secondly, this film has a lot of female protagonists, strong female protagonists, not like, you know, not the prototypical woman who's overly muscular and going to die early on in a sci-fi film, like Michelle Rodriguez, or, you know, not the femme fatale. These women are intelligent, smart, you know, got their shit going on, you know, and that's friggin' awesome. I love that. So that's pretty cool. Thirdly, this film really pushes science, right? It really pushes science. When I was watching the end credits of the film, there's a lot of, they actually had real scientists consulting in this film. So this was actual science that people are working on now that was in this film. This wasn't just some made up shit, you know, it's a warp sphere, whoa, whatever. And this film really pushes that science, mind, mathematics, technology type thing, and that's friggin' awesome. So this film's very important. It beat Interstellar, Chris Nolan's film, at the box office, so it's financially viable. I think they spent $150 million making this film, and they've made a third of that back in the first 3 days, the opening weekend. So I'm pretty sure this film over the next month will turn a profit, and once it goes overseas, it's really going to make a lot of money. So with that being said, we'll go to the last section, just how I felt about the film overall. So, let's talk about how I feel about the film. This film was friggin' awesome. Parts of it were a bit formulaic, like I knew who the primary villain was within the first. Once they introduced the major players in the movie, I knew who the bad guy was within the first 5 or 6 minutes. Like that. So it really telegraphed who the bad guy was. Or if you watch a lot of movies, if you critique a lot of movies, you knew what was going on as soon as possible. But aside from that, the film was very well done. They had a passing gas joke. It worked out well. They had a little bit of sexual innuendo. That worked out well. The film was just, I mean, it was geared towards kids, but there were jokes in the movie that if you're an adult, you got, and it was funny as hell. Overall, the film was just really good. That being said, let's talk about the main characters in the film just a little bit. Hiro Hamada is a really cool character. But what brought the kids to this film was Baymax. Baymax, I gotta say, I would put him up there with Wall-E as some of my favorite Disney / Pixar / animated robots in film. Like he's going in the robot museum with Wall-E and Johnny Five and Robbie the robot. Johnny Five. That's right. Johnny Five goes into the robot thing too. Yeah, it was just a very well-made film, and I love it, and it's friggin' awesome. I mean, let's just tell the truth. It's friggin' awesome. Just friggin' awesome. The characters were well made. As I said earlier, they had strong female protagonists. The humor was very good. There was a lot of nods to other Disney films, other Marvel films in the background. The film, the main characters, Baymax and how he's kitted out in this film has a very Iron Man-esque feel to it. And I could be wrong, but it has a very Iron Man-esque feel to it, which is kind of awesome. Just overall, I'm glad this Marvel property did well. And I said I wasn't going to get into spoilers, but I'll give you this one hint. Stay till the end credits, you're going to laugh your ass off. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, Excelsior! That's your only hint.